Welcome back to Karen's channel, visitor. The boss likes ranting and views, so combining these two together gives us a rant view. Let's hear an unscripted rant view about something or someone and pray to God Emperor that Karen stays coherent. Enjoy.
Good morning, tacticians. The Parasite of Mortrex is now visible in the game, which makes it okay for me to rant about it. So, at the first glance, it looks like a cross between a bat, a xenomorph, and that one internet personality guy who is rather short and uses a mobility scooter to get around because his body is all fornicated up. Now, with that out of the way, let's see the traits. It's flying, wings, duh. It's got synapse, which makes it synergize with the other Tyranids and possibly Gene Stealers. The most immediate effects I can think of partially depend on the parasite's actual mobility, whether it's movement 3 or movement 4, but it doesn't look like a helium balloon like the Neurothrope does, so I'm gonna assume it has a movement of at least 3, maybe even full 4. So you can push the Parasite of Mortrex on and then drop a warrior really far on turn 1 from the winged prime, so that's one use. And of course it will synergize nicely with the Death Leaper or the Klopster as well. Okay, moving on to its abilities. Let's check out the active. It itches. Oh, that's horrible. I'm gonna assume that by it means the balls now. Ah, the horrible. So, it suppresses and pushes an adjacent enemy unit. Okay. And all enemy units adjacent to both the target and the Parasite of Mortrex. Okay, so essentially a cleave ability targeted at the middle. 1 hex backwards. Now, I'm not sure whether that means backwards as in along with the primary target, and the targets on the sides move also next to the primary target, like a wave, or whether the non-primary targets or secondary targets, I guess, English is hard in the morning, get pushed as if the parasite was the center of an explosion, but well, that remains to be seen, and either way should be workable. Enemy steppables on affected hexes are destroyed. Okay, that makes sense. Useful in salvage to a degree, I guess, and probably can clear decoys placed by Gene Stealers. Then summons a Reaper Swarm in each hex vacated by this ability, so including on hexes that had steppables on them. That's again useful against the Gene Stealers and in Onslaught. That's gonna be, although the utility of this in, let's say, LREs will be limited, or in cramped maps, because first you need to be able to position the parasite in a cluster of enemies ideally in a cleaving position at 3 targets, and these 3 targets need to be knockbackable, so have nothing behind them, not be a big target, not be immune, I guess. So the utility of this is very limited in raids. Right, the Reaper Swarms can immediately attack, okay, but well, they're physical, low damage, relatively many hits, so again, kinda limited in raids, because boss armor, and it's gonna be difficult to spawn them in the first place. And the Parasite of Mortrex may move again after activating this ability. I can see this being very useful in quests, especially in combination with the Winged Prime, because then the Parasite of Mortrex, if it can reach something, use this, spawn Reapers, or even just move again, and you are now able to drop a warrior all over the map. I do hope it's not exploitable like this in Team Arena, although on turn 1, if you're the player 1, it's not gonna help you because of the shield that player 2 gets, even if you can somehow move the Parasite of Mortrex all the way to the enemy team like this, which should prove to be difficult on most maps, at least. In faction warfare, definitely. With Mako tap and movement, yeah, I don't think that's gonna be happening very often. Okay, passive ability. Barbed Ovipositor. Oh, that sounds nasty. Yeah, we are getting to the totally not ripped off aliens themes here. So, when the Parasite of Mortrex defeats a unit it targeted that is not mechanical, it summons a Reaper Swarm, again with some stats, in the defeated unit's hex. Now, so it needs to kill stuff to spawn stuff, just like Archimatus does, and battle fatigue doesn't count, so it really needs to get the kill. And even if it gets some cleaving abilities or effects from power-ups that I don't think exist now, or if it picks up a bomb in survival, that doesn't count, that will not spawn a Reaper Swarm, because it specifically only counts against its primary target. Okay, secondary point, it's completely crap against mechanical units because it just won't spawn Reaper Swarms at all, so you definitely don't want to be using the Parasite of Mortrex against Sarek, at the very least. I'm not sure if demons or however you want to pronounce them with the not Imperial, with Games Workshop spelling, are able or are material enough to spawn a Reaper Swarm out of them. I thought that it was a point of the Tyranids that they don't like fighting chaos, except that one weird hive fleet which is counter chaos and that I can't remember the name of. because chaos, or well, demons don't leave behind biomatter, so maybe it shouldn't spawn rippers out of demons either, but well, details. And okay, utility wise, this is gonna be a PvP hero mostly, I feel. Possibly LRE with infinite summons, except against Necrons. It is sort of counter to the Biowar and the Malayas, because if you have Rippers up, then I think the Malayas Canadian will go for the Rippers, and if he does survive the Rippers, then you have just given the Parasite a perfect victim to spawn another set of Rippers from. In TA, sure, everybody loves free infinite poop to be spawned, so there's that. But in PvE, well, I believe I already mentioned it. I think it will be good in quests, possibly in LREs, even though its active may be limited there. Oh, one more thing. Apparently, the active doesn't care whether the targets it pushes is mechanical. Okay, so this is like a sort of combination of Aleph with a swarm summon and Arch with an infinite summon on kill. Well, let's see how that actually works out in the game. Okay, I think I babbled on long enough. I really can't think of anything else to say other than I should probably get up and start doing stuff. And well, I hope some of this made sense to you. If not, well, sucks to be me. Anyway, have a good Sunday, tacticians. Right, one thing I forgot. The Parasite is locked behind a premium battle pass. So good luck to us free-to players to get it from a random requisition or eventually. Yay!
If you enjoyed this video, like it, share it, subscribe to the channel, and watch the video again.